Hello there and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts video. Today is Tuesday the 6th of February 2024 and I'm going to do your Tuesday tarot reading. This is a tarot reading which is for your entertainment and it's just to give you a little bit of the energy of the week ahead. Possibly for 2 weeks to 3 weeks. I wasn't able to do it last week because I'm having some refurb in the apartment, and that's going to be happening again next week, so I'm probably not going to have the opportunity to record next week either. So let's maybe say that this is the energy for February, and I don't know if you're feeling it, but certainly there is this almost, it's a bit like anxiety, but it's a bit like excitement, but it's a bit like not knowing, but it's like something's coming. So I'm feeling that at the moment. It could be to do with solar flares, it could be to do with the Schumann resonance, but there's just this anticipation or on the edge of your seat kind of feeling in my belly, which can throw you a little bit off because you think, right, what news is going to come in? Is this going to be bad news or what is this? But the best thing you can do is ground your energy. The best thing you can do is be present. Get into the present moment. And I was out earlier walking around and doing some shopping, etc. And I have to say that I was looking around and just thinking the real world is looking more and more unreal. And maybe that's just me, maybe that's my perspective, I'm not sure. But it was as if I was in Earth, like on the planet. But it was very much just a participation of this time. And I was actually saying, thank you for letting me be here during this time. Thank you for letting me be here during this time. Because I was also getting lots of things are coming in. I don't know if you're feeling like that, if you're psychically attuned and you're getting lots of information, but it was like as well, because there is no death. People do die, but there is no death, like there is no end, there is just a continuation. And so we are only here for a period of time, and we will continue somewhere else. So I had that going on, that, well, there is no death anyway, so it's all just a continuum, possibly. And that if I wasn't placed here, I would be somewhere else doing something else. But right now I'm placed here. And so that was like really coming out, like it's really out there. Every time we step out of the house, there's a different kind of energy. And then I was just aware of that when you're feeling that like there is no end. And I had my own near-death experience, or you could call it astral travel, or but a leaving of my body experience previously. And the reason I came back was I can still see it because it was up here on my right hand side, up at the top. Because I was looking back at my body, and up here I was kind of just realizing and getting the information that people have the wrong idea about death. That's the line. People have the wrong idea about death. And that very much still felt even today. Even when you leave here, you go somewhere else and you're doing something else. And you could be on that planet or that dimension or that dimension, and it just continues. And I think for some people there is a relief, maybe for some people who think that after they pass that's the end, and then that can be it, and they'll live this life fairly good and or whatever, because they know it'll end and then that'll be the end, and they don't believe in anything or whatever. And there's a relief in that, because they think that, well, that's the end of it. And it can be actually quite challenging to understand, actually, it doesn't end. And you'll carry on and you will continue, and you'll have to do more here and more there, more there. And you might be less physically focused, or you might be in a different physical existence. But the merry-go-round keeps going. And so some people find that difficult as well, because they have set themselves up to come to an end point, and then the realization that there is no end point is quite shocking for them. So I don't know if that helps anybody, but it is very much just the energy. I feel nervous, like something's going to happen, like it's, what's going to happen? And I don't know what it is, but as well, what's coming up is you're starting to see the truth of people. You're starting to see cracks in how people present themselves, and their intentions are starting to become more clear, and which are not necessarily aligned in a positive, life reinforcing way. People can have intentions that are trying to, how would we say, overrule someone, or take from someone, or cheat someone out of something. And so that energy is very much, I think, because Pluto came into Aquarius, it's starting to show the true colours of people as well. So be mindful of that. It's almost like that is stirring the anxiety as well, because the veil is dropping. We are seeing the truth of someone. We are seeing what someone or people actually really think about us, actually really feel about us. And that can be quite isolating, because you can feel, oh my God, I really am on my own, or I don't have the support I thought I had, or someone was only in it for this, or someone was only in it for that. And that can feel a little bit destructive and disheartening. But there is a way that you can step back and just say that, thank you for showing me. Thank you for showing me the truth of that. And then that allows you to remain in your power, because nothing has changed for you, but to extend boundaries and to just be a bit more savvy about how people are. And they might be very nice to you, but why are they being nice to you? So it is one of those scenarios that I think is going to be shown a lot more, is there is this slyness, you might say, or this what's that word? Deceit maybe is the word. I don't know why I'm getting double jeopardy. What is double jeopardy? And the word I'm getting now is crisis. So it can be a real personal crisis, being shown the truth of who people are in your life, perhaps. So just be mindful of that, and be very much aware of yourself, and aware of how you are, and aware of what your needs are, and protect yourself. Self-protection as well is very important during these times. These are massive times of change. The world is changing, our environment is changing, people are changing, and there's a need to ground, there's a need to work on your heart, and tune in to you, and the cards will fall the way they will fall, but it is important to protect yourself and protect your energy, so others can't take from you. Let's read the cards and see what they say, see if they give us any idea of what that's all about. But I'm definitely feeling that nervous, anxious, change is coming. But it feels like in such a way, like, they're talking about war, they're talking about conscription, everybody's going to have to sign up to play their part, they want people to start fighting again, they want, armies to be built again, and it's a very different catalogue of existence to the one that is being created, the high vibrational energy that is flowing in. So there is this tug of war as well, with these two sides, these two dynamics that are playing out as well. And what that shows us, what is the world that you want to live in? Are you prepared to put up with all the destruction? But then everything comes back to the self. So who are you? And are you destructive in your life? And what energy are you carrying? And how are you taking part in the world? Oops, someone has come out. All right. So cards, tarot, let's see. Can you give us some information of the energy at the moment? What's happening? What do we need to know? Okay. So I hope you're well. There will be a subscribe button at some point. Please do press subscribe. Please do give us a like even. Just helps with the algorithm. I know a few of you do watch these videos, and as I say, they are for entertainment, but they do kind of point to a little bit of the energy that is around. I am doing this a little bit later than usual. Okay, so there's quite a few that have popped out, so I'm just going to take those and read those very quickly through. Okay, so the underlying energy, which is the back of the pack, is the Fool. And the Fool, you can see here, he is stepping off on a new adventure, a new beginning, a fresh start. So often before you have this fresh start, there can be this period of nervousness, this period of, I'm going to step off into this new thing, and what's it going to be like, and is it going to work? And you can have your head in the clouds, and you can think this is very positive, and it's that new beginning, it's that stepping out. But be careful about where you're going and where sort of, he could walk off this cliff. So be mindful of what's around you. Be mindful of what you're stepping into. But it's a positive card. So the underlying energy is, all these little bits of hair can be very annoying. So it does speak to a new beginning, but that also feels, sometimes new beginnings can feel, you can feel nervous about it. And that could be the energy. We have this new age of Aquarius. We're moving into a world of AI. We're moving into that new control, which we actually have no idea what it's going to be like and how it's going to, I was going to say revolutionize our life, but also destroy quite a massive amount of the way we live. And how ready are we for that? That is a whole new beginning that we're going to have to adjust to. And we might, feel like we're grounded and we've got it together, but we will have to transform with this new reality, that's coming. So, Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords can point to this intelligence, this life force, this intellect, this information, these downloads, this AI, and that's coming from the heavens, coming from the higher, coming from the consciousness. The swords are all about communication, expression, speaking, listening, thinking. It's the thinking mind. It's all up here. So it's air sign. So it's all the head. So it's your thinking, your decisions, your intellect, and it's kind of coming with the blessed wreath. So there is a level of when you can get still, there will be this clear channel. So those of us who channel, we have to get still, we have to calm our energy in order to be able to channel and receive with clarity. So there is this element of needing to be still, needing to cut away what we no longer want. So the sword comes in to cut away what was no longer needed, and to cut through the BS as well. So people might be scamming us or they speak with words, so they can cast a spell, so they can seduce us, or they can flatter us, and then we become vulnerable to them in that sense. So this is, be mindful of that. Be mindful of what the information that's coming in is. Be mindful of what communication that is coming is, how it's affecting you, how it's reaching you. It's also saying that a need to connect, a need to download, a need to do that due diligence, where you sit and you receive from the higher, you receive that information, you receive that download, so you can move forward, so you do get your guidance. But certainly it's a new time, so the new beginning is a new time of communication. How do we communicate? This new internet, this new AI interface is coming. How do we feel? We feel the Eight of Swords. So she is surrounded by all those swords. So they are her thoughts, her worries, her concerns, and she feels bound up by them. She feels like she can't move. She feels that she's unable to actually look at what's around. She's blindfolded. She can't actually see what's around her. It's all in her head. So it's this overthinking, over-worrying. It's where the mind takes over and races forward with almost blocks. You put blocks in your way. You think, well, I can't because of that. I can't do that because of that. Well, if I was to do that, then I'd have to do that, and that, and you try and sort things out. So the new beginning might be throwing up all kinds of questions. So it's throwing up all of these things, and then you're unable to move because you're unable to make decisions. You feel tied up in knots. You feel you can't move. But there is the eagle flying high, so there is freedom here. There is freedom here. And if you can just undo the knots to this rope, and she's not tied very tightly, she can like shuffle and shimmy and drop that cord, and then she'll pull off the blindfold, and she can see what's around her, and she can see her way home. She can see her way to the castle. She can see her way to her success. But while she lets all that chatter interfere with her mind, she's unable to move. So there is a need to actually look at what you've got, look at what's around you. Use your intelligence, use your intellect to cut away what is not needed, to cut away some of these swords, pull some of these swords out. It could be that over-worry, overthinking. And perhaps why are we doing it? We're doing it because of the moon. So the moon card is one that says we don't know the full story. And that's why it can be difficult to move forward into a new beginning. It's why it can be difficult to make decisions, because you haven't got all the information. The moon says you don't have all the information yet. Something is hidden, something is masked from you. It's also to do possibly with the new moon that's coming up, or full moon energy, solar eclipse energy, lunar eclipse energy. It's that pull and the emotions pull on the tides. It represents the Cancerian sign, star sign, and also it has that duality that people go a bit wild during the full moon. So it's that balance between your kind of domestic self in the dog and your wild self in the wolf. And balancing those and knowing how, when the moon is full, they say the werewolf, comes out. So emergency rooms are full during a full moon. Well, they're full anyway. The police get called out to more incidents during a full moon. There is this lunacy from lunacy that happens during a full moon, because pulls on your tides, pulls on your emotions, pulls on your internal waters, as well as the tides of the planet. So there's this magnetic pull going on around the planet, but it's also within you as well. So that can make you feel off. That can be hard to sleep. We might have those thoughts, and it can be very difficult to sleep during a full moon. And there is a way through. There is a pathway, but we just can't see ahead. We can't see where we're actually going. But just be mindful of your emotions. The waters represent that emotional nature, that water sign, that sensitivity. So you might be very sensitive during different moon cycles. So get to know when you're more sensitive to one thing than another. So just be aware that you don't have the full story yet. And generally, it's saying, maybe it's to do with what I was talking about earlier, people aren't showing their true face just yet, or there's still more that you're not seeing. Some has been revealed, but there's still more that is kind of being hidden, that's in the background, that's happening, and you're unaware of it. You may feel this, if you're sensitive, intuitive, you may feel this what is it like? It's like a agitation. It's like a nervousness, or it's like an electric thing. It's like it's almost like a sickness. They say my gut feeling, and if you've got this nausea, it's a bit like that. It's just in your gut. So your gut is registering something, but we don't know the full story on it. So those were the cards. A little fly on my table. A little mini one. Those were the cards, and then these were the ones that just jumped out as well. So I'll just quickly run through those, and then we'll just do some other bits as well, because we're 21 now. So the first one is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so there is action, there is movement, there is this fire energy coming in. This guy can come in and sweep you off your feet. He can be quite fiery, passionate, charming. He can be a real energy person, usually fire sign, bolting in. He knows what he wants and he comes in to get it, but he can also leave just as quick. He can stir up passions and heat and love and creativity, and has that charisma, that seducing charisma to whisk you off your feet. That solar energy, that yang energy, very much a forward moving energy, not shy. This guy is prepared to step in and say what he wants to say. So that energy might be around, and that can be exciting, and that can also be a bit unbalancing. So there may be a need to balance that. But he is racing in with this wand. So the wand may be your creative idea, maybe your solution, maybe this thing that you don't want to let go of, and you're prepared to go out into the world and charge forward with this creativity. You have this, and you are galloping ahead. You are saying, I'm taking this with me and I'm moving forward with it. So this, moving into a new beginning, you're taking a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of creativity, a lot of good vibes, strong. You're going to make something happen in the world. You're taking action. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is working on a craft at home. So you could be working on something at home. It could be working from home because your office job has based you there. You could be working home during the week, or it could be working on a craft. So you're building something, you're creating something, you're making something to sell. And you can see he's got his compass and ruler and the little bits and bobs that he's using there to carve out that pentacle. Pentacles are money and work. So it's refining a craft. It's spending time on it. It's, you're the person who spends the hours putting in the work. You're the one who does what is necessary to create something. And whether it's a program online, whether it is marketing, whether it is creating an actual product, putting it out there, you're the one who's putting in the hours, putting in the work, and there should be reward for that, but there is. So you're creating some sort of business. You're having some sort of product is the best word, I think, for it. But you're creating something that people can see and people can purchase, and you're doing it well. You're refining it. You're building it. You're getting the education. You're making sure it's right. You're crafting it so it's best. And then we've got the Hierophant. So the hierophant can mean emotional connections to people. It usually means some sort of connection to spirit, bringing spirit onto the planet. And you might feel vulnerable as well when you're working with spirit. You might feel like that you're a bit off balance, or a bit you're opening up and it feels vulnerable. That's where grounding is necessary. You have to remember your physical body and remember to ground the energy. The energy is coming in regardless, so it'll knock you off your feet, or you can learn how to ground the energy and work with the energy. He's got 2 keys here, so they're keys that are unlocking wisdom. He's reading a book there. So is that due diligence that you're putting in to create, to build this thing that you have? You are prepared to seek higher wisdom. You're prepared to do the necessary reading, the necessary study, to create this new thing. And it's off all levels. So you're learning about the mind, you're learning about the body, and you're learning about the soul. So it's bringing it all together in a structured way. So wisdom is coming. Wisdom is coming. Okay. Oh, and then we have the Knight of Swords. So you're on this path, you are creative, you're putting in the work, you're creating and you're blending mind, body and soul. And then you have this fast forward movement. With your idea, you are speeding ahead. This can be known as the person who is your knight in shining armour, who is about to arrive. Because he's seen you and he's pointing that sword at you and he's coming right at you. He doesn't want to waste time. Those trees are moving, you can see them, they're bent over, and that is to accentuate the speed at which he's travelling. So someone is coming in quite quickly. Whatever you're working on is going to move quickly. The information you will get quite speedily, and you're to move forward with that. You move in that direction. There is a direction you're going in, and it just seems to be quick. It's just whatever's happening is going to, this new beginning, you're going to be moving through it quite quickly. And then we have the Magician. So the Magician means that you have all of the tools that you need in your bag to make this happen. He's got the cup, which is love. He's got the sword, which is the mind. He's got the wand, which is the creativity and passion. And he's got the pentacles, which is the money and the work. So you have everything you need to create and to manifest. So he's taking all of this from the mind, from your thinking, and making it real onto the earth, and showing you that you are moving in through this doorway. You are learning how to manifest. And we need to remember that. We need to remember that everything is thought first. So even if you're thinking, I must go and do the food shopping, I must make a list and see what it is that I need to get. So you're thinking, and then you go there and the shop has it and you pick it up and you bring it home, and now you have it at home. So all of that happened with thought first. You could have thought, I'll sit on the sofa and I won't go anywhere. So none of that would have manifested into your life. None of that would have appeared in front of you. So it's getting used to, what are you thinking? And then if you're not thinking the right things, to input the right things so that your thoughts will be better and that your manifestation process will start to reveal itself. And that's probably what this is as well, is as the energy changes, as we are moving into a different time of existence, manifestation is going to happen much, much quicker. There's going to be no stopping it. And we might not know the full ins and outs of what's going to happen, and that might make us nervous and concerned and worried. But there is a forward momentum that is occurring, that is moving you forward to a new world, a new beginning, a new start, freshness, new hope, and transforming you. So moving into that transformation. When you transform, you do have to let a lot go, which is difficult, and that can be a lot to do with your identity as well. So your solar plexus may ache and feel a bit sickly because all of your connections might start to drop away, and that was who you were, but everyone's changing. So it's natural that some people come in and out of your life at different times. It's actually natural. And being present is one of the best things you can do, because as something leaves, as long as you are present and in your own awareness, in your own energy, you're able to see what that does to you and reconcile it and be okay with it and adapt and breathe through it. You know, all these things are painful. You know, birth is painful, rebirth, you know, but we continue. We continue. So I'm going to just reach for another deck. So this is the one that I really like as well to go with the tarot, and it is the Priestess of Light, and they tend to really match what we need to know. So let me know if any of this resonates. Does it make sense? Are you going through something that sounds a little bit like this? That really helps for me to know, because then I realise that I am reading so that I can help somebody. So we've got one there and we've got one there. Okay, so we'll just do the two because that's all that dropped out, and then we'll do some other cards. So the first one, let's read this one. As I usually do, I read them because I don't know these off by heart, although I'm starting to get to know them, but the first one is great. So we have abundance, Lakshmi. Is it Lakshmi? I think it is Lakshmi. Fortune, wealth and plenty. Okay. Excuse my nails, they're not done properly. So that's really, really nice. And it's 28. So 8, 9, 10. 10 and 1 and 0 is a 1. So 1 is a new beginning as well. So let me just read this to you so you can get the gist of what it means. So the goddess Lakshmi holds out her hands in divine offering, and the universe responds with such abundant blessings that the gold coins come cascading down. The gold in her gown and on her neck, ears and wrists shines with the life-giving light of the sun, which radiates upwards from the top of her head. She is the light of the world, bringing boundless generosity. This portends a time of great joy and receptivity for you. The prosperity you've been longing for is coming your way. An investment may pay off, or an unexpected windfall may appear. But even if the increase in wealth comes slowly at first, the abundance is sure to expand as you allow yourself to focus on the present value already in your life. So gratitude. Always remember that value comes in many forms. There is good fortune in nature, friendship, and the simple moments of small joys. This grateful awareness will shine in your life like sweet violet aura around Lakshmi's luminous being. I don't know if you can see that aura. At her feet, baby elephants. Oh, have we got baby elephants? Oh yeah, we do. 2 elephants. At her feet, baby elephants herald the arrival of true prosperity, bringing with them an energy of strength and peaceful certainty. This card is telling you to rest assured, for great joy and prosperity will soon be expanding throughout your life. Well, that's wonderful. And that might be the new beginning. That might be you finally manifesting. That might be you working hard to build something and suddenly it takes off. Suddenly it's creative. Suddenly you get this higher vibrational input that showers you with gold coins. So Lakshmi, thank you. Thank you for bringing that in, so we have this new beginning. And green is a real money colour, isn't it? So I'm in green today. We've got the green cushion, we've got the green in the back of the cards. So green is a really good colour for money, because it's high vibration, heart vibration. So you can also link it to your heart as well. How open is your heart? How open are you to receive? because many people have difficulty receiving the money that's coming. So you must be able to say thank you, yes, I accept. But that is really, really good. And even if it comes in dribs and drabs, I've started to notice that there is money coming in from different places in different ways. And you have to say thank you, because that's evidence of your manifestations. So as you carry on, you'll be shown more evidence, and then the more trust you have in it, then the bigger amounts will come in, because you will believe it. So you need to believe it first, but you might want to start off with little things and notice little things, and then you will really just begin to embody that. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for that. And then you're receiving. And it's not about greed, and it's not about trying to have more than somebody else. It's accepting what the universe wants you to have. It's accepting what you are learning. You're learning manifesting skills, and this is how you're taught, because you experiment and you get a result. And then the more you have, just think of the good that you could do for some people. Just think of all this suffering in the world, that once you've taken care of yourself and your immediate family, that then you can go out and you can help other people. I mean, that's the greatest gift that money allows us to do. But it's also be mindful of how money is changing as well. Be mindful of the Coinbase, of the Ethereum, Bitcoin, and what the banks and the governments are going to try and move you to, the cashless society. So the next card is Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising. Okay, look at that, look at her wings. She's kind of cool, isn't she? Very cool. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8, so 53. So 8 is a really good money number. 8 is very popular in Chinese culture. So it's a very important number. 53, sorry. So it says, this radiant priestess calls out that your ultimate victory is at hand. Her arms and wings are raised in salutation. A new beginning is arriving after a long and perhaps difficult time. In fact, you are about to take the flight of the phoenix and rise above the ashes of some old unwanted fire. This fire may have taken different forms, work or finances. That's interesting. Relationships or health issues to varying degrees. It may have seemed like an interminable dry spell, a lengthy period of waiting for change or longing for a resolution, or the fire may have been much more severe, involving loss, anxiety, and deep grief. There may even have been times when you felt difficulties would consume you. This card is telling you that those times are coming to an end. Amazing. A newfound sense of freedom arises, but don't forget the source of real power and freedom is always within you. When you find yourself living through a dark night of the soul, remember presence and truth of your spirit. Your soul's resonant frequency vibrates with the divine light that no darkness can diminish. It is only when you obsess about your personal problems that you feel surrounded by loss and limitation, or it's like that over worrying, you're surrounded by all those swords, because you have that mindset that is running on the negative, that is running on the worrying, the overthinking. But you must let that false view go. Real solutions arise when you open up to the power of your eternal truth and perspective. So if you're still trying to overcome a difficult situation, or if something has caused self-doubt or a loss of courage, pause to meditate on your own unerring, unending light. For it is this divine frequency, your own soul's radiance, that will finally lift you above the old limitations into free, unfettered flight. So feel the power of your soul radiating outward in beautiful resonant vibrations. Success is coming now. Well, that's wonderful. So whatever you've been working on, you're moving into a new period where success and abundance are yours and they are assured. So this is fabulous. And yes, we have the moon, so we don't quite know how, we don't quite know where, we don't quite know how it's going to show up. But that is lovely. I'm going to do a little one from the Lenormand, which these can be very direct, and sometimes they can be a little bit painful. Oops. Okay, so I'll just see if there's another one. Is there another card that wants to come out to just help clarify the meaning? Okay, so the first one is bear, and the second one is rider. So again, someone on a horse. So we've got a lot of knights coming in. We've got the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and we've got the rider here. So let's go to bear first and see if it'll give us some grounding. So bear is strength, power, greatness, generosity, and responsibility. The bear card is about serving the highest goals with courage, perseverance, and nobility. It could involve patronage and protection from powerful people. It can symbolize a desire to possess material goods or generosity. In a negative aspect, it could reveal the presence of an enemy who wants to inflict harm out of personal dislike or envy. And that can be similar to what I was talking about earlier, where, you know, people are revealing their true selves. So we're starting to see, you know, who is our enemy or who has something that they're keeping in the background hidden from us. It could mean a mentor, a rival, or an authoritarian personality. It could be a strong friend, a role model, a superior, perhaps an official or a leader. In a literal sense, the bear is a stocky man, so someone who's well built and has an unapproachable look, so maybe you would feel a bit frightened about going toward them, but is soft around the edges. So it's that character, that sort of big bear, you know, they've got a big, you know, they say that about the big bodybuilders, aren't they, that they're just cuddly bears inside. In a relationship, it means a loyalty and a devoted partnership. And in work, it predicts a long partnership with strong and successful people. It could mean a leadership position, advantageous transactions, that could be money, and well-established business. So you have this. It's a good card, but it also just alludes to that thing that we were talking about earlier, which was that true colours are coming up for some people as well. So let's see the rider, which is actually number 1. So the rider means new visits, travel, and movement. This card brings important news, so he's coming in with news. The neighbouring cards highlight the positive and negative aspect of this news. The rider card may signal the way out of a future solution to a disturbing issue. So whatever it is that is, sorry, my tummy's rumbling, whatever you're having difficulty with, it is showing you a way out. It is showing you that there is a way out as well. It predicts fresh ideas and business activity, new beginnings. Again, we've got new beginnings. In any case, it indicates that something will soon rush into your life, bringing change. And we've had that with the 2 knights, rushing in, speed, something is changing quickly. In a people spread, it can symbolize a courier or a man with news. So again, someone coming in with information, with wisdom, with news, something being delivered, something directly at us. With relationships, it can give a clue that in the near future brings plans for you to meet with someone who may bring some information. It might mean a new love also, or a new flirtation coming in to meet you. With regards to work, it can be to do with negotiations, business travel, connections and receiving of information. Again, that Ace of Swords, that information, intellect, receiving, downloading. Regarding finance, it symbolizes an authorized representative solving your issues and managing your assets. So again, that is really, really good. That is positive. That is what we've been told already, and it just reaffirms that for us. And we have the anchor in the back, which is stable, security, anchored into the ground. That's your steadying post. And that's your groundedness as well. So that's, you know, when the ship moves in and out with the tide, the anchor goes down and it keeps it in the place, that maybe with a little bit of movement for balance, for regaining balance, but it keeps you in that steady, anchored, grounded place. And that's what we do when we do our grounding. We connect deep into the earth. We connect with the earth energy, with Mother Nature. So I'm just going to do one more card, which is from the colour deck. So these are just a nice little finish, just to see if there's any colour that we can wear in the coming month. So again, this is all going to transpire over the month, and we will be receiving good stuff, I think. So there's a lot of icky energy, there's a lot of stuff that we don't quite know, but it is because we're going into this new phase. And it is important to be open to this now. It is important to be open to the information, open to the guidance, open to the money, open and receptive. You've worked hard on something, you've put in the hours, you've dedicated yourself to a craft, and it's about to really take off. You're going to meet somebody, or the right thing is going to fall in your lap. There's a few jumpers here, but oh, there we go. I didn't see, but this card had jumped out already. I'm not going to read it, but just so you know, it is the lion, it is courage, and it says strength, fierceness, and family. So be strong, connect with that family, that bloodline. There's something in the bloodline, there's something that, you know, family always has your back. So it is that courageous, be fierce. There is the strength card in the tarot, and it is about just using your gentleness to overcome the lion in the card. It can represent the Leo, but it is about, you know, knowing that you have power, knowing that you have self-esteem, knowing that you are brave, you are looked after, you are protected, that you can achieve what you want. Without using too much force. You don't have to be forceful. You can use it in a gentle way. You can be strong and change things. And we've got turquoise, beautiful turquoise, which says awaken your empathy. So turquoise, we have the heart energy, which is here, which is green, and it can be pink. And then the higher heart is between the heart and the throat. So the higher heart is around here, around the thymus. And the higher heart is turquoise. And that is one of the new chakras that we're working with at the moment. One of the new colours as well. So let's see what it says about turquoise. And that's 34. So it says... turquoise inspires the use of communication with feelings. So that's it. So the throat is the communicator, the heart is the feeling. So it's in between. So it's communication with feeling. So it's that expression with feeling, that higher aspect. With feelings, builds confidence in your abilities, connects you with your intuition, and awakens your empathy. Turquoise makes ancient wisdom available and provides a sense of connection to your inner mastery. That's the manifestation, the magician again. Hold something turquoise to awaken your empathy for others. So if you're having trouble understanding another's perspective, maybe, you know, embody the turquoise color, the turquoise ray, and that will help you, because it is that connector here to the heart, the higher heart. When you empathize with people, you let go of your judgments and you place yourself in their shoes. Allow your spirit to soften and receive an opportunity to support, encourage, and inspire others. Hold something turquoise like a crystal or some fabric or a flower to remind you of your ability to help others. Then tell someone who needs to hear it that you care about them. The biggest way to prevent diseases is to show others that they matter. Say, I can now place myself in other people's shoes and talk to them from a place of love and compassion. Oop, dropped the book. Turquoise is also connected to sort of the Native American energy. So a lot of Native American jewellery and Native Americans would have connected with the turquoise energy. It is very much that medicinal, that medicine wheel, that Mother Earth, that high vibration of shamanism, you know, that kind of shamanic ritual spirit, because the Native Americans were very much of connecting with Great Spirit. So it was Mother Earth and Father Sky. So it is this Great Spirit that they connect with. So the turquoise stone also encompasses all of that energy. It is also very healing. So if you have ailments, turquoise stone is a really good one to wear as well. It is also a protector. So it's a really good one to wear for protection as well, if you want to protect yourself as you go about your day. Wonderful. Right, well, I'm going to leave it there, and that's given you enough for the whole month of February. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful month. Do look at my social media and you'll see what I have available at the moment. I'm doing spiritual events. I am doing usual Reiki healings, distance healings, tarot readings, oracle readings, channelings, etc. So if any of that should interest you in the month of February, let me know. I also have a special offer for distance angelic Reiki, where I've knocked the price down a little bit. So if you're interested in a distance angelic Reiki in February, or a distance energy healing in February, or in person angelic Reiki as well. No, sorry, just angelic Reiki. I'm forgetting what my offer is. Angelic Reiki only, at distance or in person. It's at a reduced cost now, so just get in touch with me. The email will be below, and you can avail of that offer as well, should that interest you. But I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you have a wonderful February. Happy Valentine's Day, happy Leap Day. This is one of my favourite months, and although I have a lot on, I do wish you very well. Let's hope we all can embrace this energy and understand that we are moving in at quite a quick pace to something new, which can throw us off a little because it's all very new. But with that we are getting abundance, with that we are getting reward, with that there is new information and a new life coming in, which is very exciting. So I hope to see you soon. If there's anything you need to get in touch with me about, you can leave a comment below if it resonated. Do subscribe if you can, that really helps, or share it with somebody that you think needs to hear this, or that this is something they've been talking about, or something they may need to hear, because it's along those lines that resonates. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care, all the best, bye bye.